Hi Taurus, I hope you're doing amazing. Welcome to a quick next 48-hour tarot reading for you. I do want to remind you that this is general and it's meant to pertain to the following 48-hour period for you, beginning around when you're guided or drawn to this video, not just following when I post it. So it's a bit timeless in that sense, but I do more than appreciate your likes, comments, subscriptions if you haven't done so already. Definitely join this growing Taurus tribe, but we'll begin and pull from this watercolor tarot and see what we get. I think we're going to start by pulling one for each day, given it is a 2-day period, and then we'll build upon and clarify each of those two cards. What do we have for Taurus? Staying in the zone, it feels like you're keeping to oneself. Okay, so we have the Six of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles, both earth energy. I feel like you're feeling quite grounded in the next 48, a little bit giddy, kind of a sense of you glowing for whatever reason, due to somebody, due to your work, due to just everything you're wrapping up oneself up in. It could be even on top of it all, or just in general, due to you staying to oneself, not associating oneself with people, places, and situations that you know are unhealthy for you, or just not the vibe you're trying to pick up on or be a part of, right? It's this feeling where you've witnessed or just been a part of what didn't feel right to you or okay to you. And so now you're sort of seeing the reality of a situation, seeing people's true colors or somebody's, and you're just doing your own thing. But for whatever reason, the first of the 2 days that we're speaking upon for you, there's abundance flowing in. There's a feeling that you're giving back in certain ways and receiving abundance due to it all. That you're a beautiful level of evidence that you don't need to be without when giving back or helping other people. It's this feeling that when you do the right thing, when you are fulfilled through helping others for one reason or another, or one if not multiple ways, you get abundance in return. Beautiful. Let's see what else we have for this. The Eight of Wands. And so it's a day where you're seeing oneself having to communicate a lot, or choosing to. You could feel as if you're easily communicating with people to the point of success and more abundance flowing in. This could even gain you more clients, customers, money flowing in. I do feel as if there's growth taking place within you on a soul level due to the fulfilling activities or just work you're producing and developing, succeeding at. But also when it comes to there's growth with a business or a project, social media, something of the sort, growth with a connection, whatever, however you choose to or feel the need to communicate throughout this day, successful, okay? It will leave some level or multiple levels of growth taking place to the point where you will feel motivated in the upcoming days to do more so of which in a balanced, strategic manner. There's a reminder, I feel like, towards the end of this first day to absolutely be trusting or continue to trust your intuition. As a Taurus, it's naturally strong. And I just feel as if it's because there's a lot changing taking place, some choices to be made in the future. You could be weighing out options as you transition, especially from this first day into the second day, given we have the Two of Pentacles. It's a feeling that you're also going through a bit of a balancing act. For whatever reason, that's being highlighted, more so in the second day than in comparison to the first. But it's this feeling, a very Seven of Cups vibe, where you have a lot of options when it comes to dating, when it comes to if you choose to switch it up or just keep your options open, when it comes to gaining employment, when it comes to how to run your business or work your day-to-day job. I feel as if you're being reminded you're in the driver's seat, but at times it feels like you're putting on a bit of a show. Are you choosing to? You may have heavy Leo or Gemini in your chart is what I'm getting, but I do feel as if, or Pisces, but I sense that there's just this feeling about what you're doing throughout the second day where, and even to an extent throughout this day, but more so in the second day, where you're kind of just showing off a bit, putting on a show for people. You're being pushed to rebalance oneself, reground oneself, as I do feel as if you could be doing some work or just wrapping oneself up with certain activities or energies. I'm just sort of unapologetically, but just doing so, and it may leave you feeling a bit drained afterwards, or just in the midst of which, or just a little bit out of whack energy-wise. So cleanse your energy if you're empathic. but also just recognize when you need to sort of take a moment, catch your breath, reground oneself. Taking a walk, I feel the need to say, if Mother Nature allows it, that will be beyond beneficial, especially in the second day. You're also thinking about multiple ships that are coming into shore for you at this time, and will more so moving forward. It's as if you're easily manifesting more than people would even assume, because you're not sharing all of which or any of which, or just people are at times underestimate the abilities within you, right? One of which being that you can easily manifest. It's like at this time, don't be surprised if you may already be aware of this, but don't be surprised if you think about something or desire something, and quite soon after that, horrible wording, that will come to be, right? Or a bit of that will start to come to be in your external reality. Your thoughts are powerful. That's a focus as well. I keep shuffling. I feel like that was keywording. The Nine of Wands naturally. So it's a day where your spirit's highlighting in certain ways. You are burnt out, my friend. You are burnt out. And again, it reiterates upon the fact that your work, right? Certain activities, people you socialize with, the energy you're picking up on. However it works for you, it's leaving you a bit burnt out. I feel like you're so hardworking, at least, in certain ways that you just feel so driven to the point of burning oneself out. It's the vibe where you even at times feel you have this downtime or this free time, and you're like, okay, I could be cleaning. Okay, I could be doing this. All right, I should maybe be working towards this. Or even when you are physically resting, you're brainstorming, or you're sorting through things, or spirit's even then speaking through you, or speaking through your thoughts. And so it's like, it feels like an ongoing sort of energy depletion, right? In certain ways, even if you're trying to heal or rest. But I feel like, again, there's times when you're choosing not to, and it's productive, right? A lot's getting done. You feel good about it afterwards, especially with cleaning and organizing and stuff of that nature, and work you produce. But I just feel as if you're being reminded you go through a lot, you do a lot, you get a lot accomplished. Take a deep breath, pat oneself on the back, and give yourself the credit that you deserve. Even though I feel like people are giving you an immense amount of credit and praise for all that you are producing and developing, okay? I feel the need to pull one for the middle. Look at that. I almost said, look at that shit. The 10 of Cups. There's a focus on your ultimate happiness, your ultimate fulfillment. Where will that be? Who will that be with? How do you envision one's future for oneself? It's this kind of giddy feeling at certain points, even if you're feeling burnt out and just a little bit all over the place in certain ways where you, again, need to reground oneself. You could be thinking about family as well. But I just feel like you're a bit giddy, right? From everything just kind of falling into place as it's meant to, and from the abundance flowing in certain ways, and the communication taking place. I just heard in getting what you want. It just feels like as well there's this feeling about your energy where you have such high standards in certain ways these days, where you're asking oneself, does this check off all the boxes? Shit, okay, there's one box that doesn't check off. Should I maybe consider other options? Whether that goes for dating, whether that goes for a work opportunity, or just you name it, right? And Spirit's saying that's good, but are we being too picky? Are we not seeing, are we making oneself nervous at times, or other people? Are we not seeing a good thing when it's in front of us, when we're wrapped up in it? Are we taking something for granted? I just feel like you're so ultra confident in certain ways that it just may leave you being extra picky. For some, I feel like that's a good thing. Others, I feel like maybe just dim down the pickiness, right? But I do feel as if you're keeping your options open in certain ways, okay? But not letting go. Interesting. But there are thoughts of what you've left behind, what you potentially will leave behind in the future, or just know will happen. Yeah, I feel like there's people that you had to leave behind in the past. They're coming to mind. And I feel like it's one of those moments where when you think about them, it's because they were just thinking about you, or are in that moment. You're very energetically connected to them. I don't know why I feel the need to keep pulling. Okay, strength. You're going to be reminded in the next 48, especially in the first day, how strong you truly are. Again, I did mention Leo in this reading. But I do feel as if there's reminders of how much you're capable of, how much you can accomplish, but at times needing to again rebalance things out, reground oneself. There's a reason why we started with both Pentacle Earth energy, and yet another one, the Nine of Pentacles, talking about how finishing up, even making your way through these 2 days in general, but especially when you finish up this 2 day period, the second day, your independence is shining with so much confidence, so much success coming to be, seeing progress because you don't give up. You put in the effort when need be, even plus some, and you just do it well. Have you been noticing the work you produce and develop recently is much better in quality than previous to it, however it works for you time-wise? Yeah, because you're on point, because you're improving, because there are more spirits joining you to assist you, because your spirituality is taking an increase, and because you're just meant to succeed. And I feel like there's also a focus for whatever reason on certain specific signs that you connect best with. Some you connect best with as far as friends go. Some you connect best with when it comes to dating, right? Some more so sexually. There's just a vibe about it where, okay, and working with for some, it's about knowing oneself and how to best adapt to certain signs and that kind of specific situation, but also just to keep that in mind when it comes to the options we have for dating, friends, stuff of that nature. Okay. Okay, I just heard I bond with you easily, but do I want it? Interesting. But don't be surprised when the next 48 does have a lot of communicating from other people desiring to be with you or just see what you're up to, being attracted to you, liking your work once again, but you are just kind of very focused or fully focused on your career, your work, they're saying business specifically, your money, okay? Being drawn to the star here, you're being viewed as a star, and there's stars in other people's eyes as they watch your work, look at what you do, watch you strut away or down the street just as you do what you do. But I'm getting a very rainbow, sun shining, coming out kind of vibe after a rainstorm or something of the sort. It just feels like you're meant to be happy, and the next 2 days remind you of just that, even if, again, you do feel quite burnt out in certain ways. I kind of want to pull one of these cards here. Look at that. Don't be tempted to lower your standards. You deserve the best, okay? That just tells you exactly what Spirit's trying to communicate at this time. You may need to leave a situation temporarily or permanently. It is up to you. Changes in your life taking place, my friend. Changes in your life. Don't be surprised if your connection to the moon and the sun potentially, is taking a highlight. And all the meanwhile, you're dealing with somebody extremely stubborn and unwilling to change, or they're just in your midst. We won't take that one though. Not sure why I felt the need to finish up with these specific details. But you're also being reminded in the midst of feeling a bit burnt out and having others feeling a bit heavy in energy around you or just in a situation. This is meant to be a light-hearted, carefree time. So bond, connect, communicate, and succeed in just that manner, in a light-hearted, carefree way. All right? And I'm being pushed to finish up the reading by saying your energy is beautiful. All right, Taurus? So if this was truly helpful, sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy the next 48, and I'll definitely see you next time.